now let's dive into how to buy existing Airbnbs or a good property that, would translate into an Airbnb. Emir, show us how that tool works for the Rabbu marketplace.
Absolutely. So we're back on Rabbu.com right now. So yeah, this use case is I'm an investor, I have a market in mind, I want to buy some properties. When you get to Rabbu.com, first thing you'll see some of our featured properties. So these are properties that have been listed on Rabbu by sellers, and sellers a lot of times are owners that are selling properties directly themselves on Rabbu because they want to get in front of our audience, or properties that we've identified as being some of the best properties that are currently publicly listed on the market. So you'll see some of the best ones here on the front page, but obviously not everyone's looking in, these markets. So let's say I was interested in buying a property in, the Poconos. Poconos are extremely popular right now. So I'll just type in Pocono here, and let's stick with Pocono Lake, right? So I'll click Pocono Lake. So what this tool does now is it looks at properties that are actively on the market and underwrites them as an Airbnb on your behalf. So this looks at properties that are on the MLS that we've collected and put Airbnb data on top. And it also looks at properties that our users have listed for sale on the site. So you'll see when it says public listing, it means it's a listing that, we've pulled it from MLS. When it says STR Potential or one of the other tags that we have on the site, that's a property that somebody has listed on our site directly themselves. So the way this works is really like any other tool that like a Zillow. You can set your price minimum. So hey, I'm really looking for properties that are that are under, let's say, $500K. That's my max budget. So I can apply that. I can set a minimum gross yield. So hey, I only want things that are going to get a 10% gross yield. I only care for single family homes, and I only want 3 bedrooms plus. Now it's going to start filtering properties that meet that criteria for you. So, here's the initial result. We recently introduced things that are called tags. So tags meaning here's what we've identified based on the data that we have as being, active short-term rentals, properties that our agent partners have picked out that are great short-term rentals, properties that used to be short-term rentals, properties that we've identified having short-term rental potential, and then public properties. These are properties that we've gotten from the MLS that still could be short-term rentals, but you probably just need to go a level or two deeper to see what's feasible from a short-term rental perspective. So you can also set those tags. Let's see if there's any active STRs for sale. Under these, there's not. How about any ones of STR potential? And it looks like there's 31 of STR potential in that market. So you now start seeing these market based on your criteria. Now you can click on these and say, okay, this one here is in Pocono Lake. It's a 3 and 2. Looks like the revenue potential for that one is $39,000. It's for sale for $280,000. And from here, it really feels like like you'd see on Zillow, right? You can click through the photos and see the photos and the listings themselves of the property. You can scroll down, kind of see the description of the property. You can see where exactly it's on the map. We give you kind of the high level data on the property. We show you kind of the price history of the property. So you'll see this one was actually listed in November for $350,000. Now it's come down in price. So do with that information as you may, you can see what the public tax information is. And again, we give you seasonality and more information on the market itself, so you can make some educated decisions. And you can also come in here and say, hey, what if I buy this for $259,000? What does that look like from a return perspective? So you can use this tool or calculator to really, come up with projections. Let's say I'm going to hire a property manager to sum off on somebody that charges 10%. You can start seeing what your returns look like. And if it's a property you like and you want to talk to an agent, it's simple as completing information here, and we'll connect you to our local agents in the market who then know the market inside out. They're local. They can help you transact on that property. So they make it really simple for you to research properties, give you data that, is directionally correct in what the property can do. And then we give you the ability to talk to local resources, local agents who know the area inside and out, can help you transact and get the best deal possible on the property. Then connect you to other resources that you may need, whether it's property management, furnishing, whatever the case may be. All that is done through our network.
Awesome. Thanks for showing us the marketplace tool to buy a short-term rental.